Hello, my name is Andrew Gary, and welcome to Seismic Sound Off, in-depth conversations in applied geophysics. In this episode, we preview SEG 2019 taking place in San Antonio, Texas from September 15th to the 20th. The annual meeting will feature 155 technical program sessions, the second year of the Business of Applied Geophysics Plenary sessions, and JUSA winning startup, continuing education courses, post-convention workshops, and more. In this episode, I speak with the technical program co-chair, Olga Nedorub, the general chair, Glenn Winters, and SEG's new executive director, John Koehr. We know this episode will help you make the most of your time at the SEG. This episode is sponsored by TGS. TGS is the global gateway to subsurface intelligence from seismic to well data. As a leading geoscience data provider to the energy industry, TGS invests in onshore and offshore multi-client data projects in an array of basins worldwide, ranging from new entry frontier markets to established mature basins. TGS's extensive data library portfolio services the entire upstream lifecycle from exploration through the appraisal and development stage. Leveraging the breadth of this world-class library, TGS enhances the exploration process through advanced analytics and analytics-ready data products. Without further introduction, let's talk the technical program with Olga. So the technical program this year, it consists of over 1,000 abstracts, continuing the trend of 4-digit abstracts for the SEG. And in helping serve as co-chair, what stood out to you as you organized this year's technical session?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think first, what really stood out to me is the collaboration between professionals pretty much across the globe. I get to work with people from various companies, and it's just a network is pretty amazing. But other than that, if we're talking about just the technical sessions, what really stood out to me is a couple things. First, it's really good to see sessions like EM or gravity and magnetics coming back. That's a really good thing. I think last year we only have 2 sessions. This year we have 3. So it's good to see this geophysical applications prospering. Things like processing and full waveform inversions and multiple and noise sessions, they are growing dramatically. I think we gained a couple more sessions since last year. The most thing that really stood out to me is the machine learning sessions. We used to have them kind of as a part of interpretation, and now they really gaining their own session, and it's really overwhelming how many submissions we got this year. It was a really hard process to select through all very, very good abstracts. We got 6 sessions, but also just because we were able to increase amount of poster sessions this year, we were able to accept a lot more good quality abstracts. So that's a really good thing. Another thing that I noticed is that machine learning, for example, is really getting distributed and used by other applications. For example, I see the machine learning special session in reservoir characterization, and I also see machine learning applications for processing or machine learning applications for inversions. So that's a really good example how new technology is getting used in many different ways, and applicability is really valuable.
Some exciting developments there, and some sessions now getting their own kind of place to go, like machine learning. You bring an eye of an early career geophysicist to these technical sessions. Would you like to highlight or maybe call out one session that maybe an early career geophysicist you think would be great to highlight and possibly benefit them in the sessions this year?
Sure. For many years, well, not for many years, for the last 5 years since I've been attending SEG, my favorite sessions were always interpretation and reservoir characterization sessions. Because I think for young professionals, those sessions are the best because they integrated. They give you example from various plays across the region. They really teach you how various geophysical applications can be really brought to light and help develop a particular asset. So yeah, I would really recommend IN sessions and RC.
While many that attend the SEG think of the exhibition floor, the technical sessions that we've been talking about, the exhibition also has other opportunities to learn and grow in the industry. Could you highlight some of these other learning opportunities?
Absolutely. I think this is my favorite topic, and that's why I really like SEG convention because it's really so much more rather than technical sessions. The poster sessions are really outstanding and gives you opportunity to engage in discussion with the author, ask questions, and things like that. And exhibition floor is actually changing. It used to be probably more of kind of show new technology, but now we have so much more presentations on exhibition floor. So I really encourage everyone to go out there and talk to vendors. Again, ask questions, see their software or tools firsthand. There is so many other things. For example, I really encourage people to come early if you can, because there are short courses that's been offered in on Saturday before the exhibition opens. We have things like the practical approach to rock physics and mechanics offered by Dr. Prasad. We have a special classes on seismic multiple removal, as well as the Near Surface Summit and a panel discussion, which is pretty amazing. I really encourage everybody to attend that. One of my favorites is the new thing that SEG started last year is the BAG sessions, or Business of Applied Geophysics session. I think that's really important to get your hands on the latest information in business to be able to make educated choices. Post-conventional workshops are always the best. I take that opportunity to stay a day and a half more. Really great learning there. Continuing education courses are really numerous this year. I think we have 8 or 9. Yeah, but you can go on the website and see them all. There is also 3 to 4 my favorite opportunities for students specifically. ExxonMobil again brings back their student expo, student education program. Evolve is the 3rd year we're having this really amazing collaboration between mentors and student teams across the whole world. And at SEG, students will come and give their 15-minute talk, and we'll have a poster session. So really encourage everybody to go out there, meet the young talent. And I think the last but important one for students would be get together with the EPIC. EPIC is international professional committee that really allows you to chit-chat with your peers, again, across the planet and make great connections. So yeah, numerous choices.
What in particular are you most looking forward to this year?
Oh boy, a couple of things. I'm really excited to hear the keynote speakers, Dr. James Rayleigh from USGS. I personally submitted a couple questions that I really would like for him to address. Some of them on new projects that USGS is involved with, and some of the role of industry in collaboration with USGS. And yeah, the technical talks, always fun. And, but you have to admit, we always go to conventions also to have fun. So the wrap-up party and the presidential jam is going to be a lot of fun. The Shark Tank inspired contest, I never actually missed last year. So I'm really looking forward to attend that one. Is on Monday. See what's new, what other applications for geophysics can be invented, startup companies and things like that. That'd be great. Yeah, just catching up with peers and participating in parties, of course. We can't get away from that, and see the beautiful town of San Antonio.
And just so everyone knows listening, it's Juice a Winning Startup is the name. It goes by Jaws is the name of that Shark Tank like event that takes place on Monday. So that'll be another great opportunity to kind of see a different side of geophysics in the SEG. In its 2nd year, we're doing that. So Olga, any final tips you would like to share for someone? You've given a lot of information so far. Any final tips to get the most out of someone's time at the SEG? Maybe they're going for the first time and aren't quite sure how to make the most of their time.
I would always recommend, if you have a chance, to maximize your time and really come early and stay late and really enjoy your time. This year, we have in such amazing host city, San Antonio. So SEG went out of its way to really provide opportunities for visitors from all over the country, as well as, of course, abroad. You can take the continuing education classes like pretty much all day long on Saturday if you so desire. You can catch up with colleagues and really visit. I would definitely encourage everybody visit booths and really talk with vendors, like get everybody's contact information, business cards, have a face-to-face contact. There's so many people that, like, I always talk about over email, but I never met them. So yeah, and again, stay late, maximize your time, attend post-conventional workshops, and have fun.
Well, thank you for serving in this role, and we look forward to San Antonio and in Houston in 2020. So good things ahead.
And we'll see you there.
The exhibition floor and secondary events are always a highlight of the SEG. To share with us more on these activities, the General Chair, Glenn Winters. So Glenn, before we get started here, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and your role at the SEG this year?
Sure, Andrew. My name is Glenn Winters, and I spent a majority of my time in the Permian Basin and the Eagle Ford of West Texas, living in Midland for 35 of the 38 years that I was in the oil field. And it was a real honor to be asked to help with the chair and to help in planning of the SEG convention. And it's been just a great opportunity of meeting super people, not only from the Permian, but throughout the country and throughout the world. It's been a great experience.
And, I think when we think the SEG, we start getting excited about what's new, especially in geophysics. So what is new to this year's convention?
So the exhibitor floor this year won't open until 10 o'clock, which will give our exhibitors an opportunity to attend the keynote address by this year's speaker, who is Dr. James Riley, who's the director of the U.S. Geological Survey, who has multiple degrees from the Dallas area, University of Texas at Dallas. And his title is going to be The Evolution of Unconventional Play Analysis at the USGS. He's been in that position for several years now, so I think he's going to have some really great information to share with us. Another thing that we're doing a little bit different is that we cut down the number of oral presentations. Historically, we had them running into Thursday, and this year we shortened the numbers so that the oral presentations will be ending on Wednesday. But we also have those who are not accepted for oral presentations to be able to give posters. And we're going to have those people available several times when their posters are going to be presented, that they'll be able to get a lot of people to come by and look at what they have. Another thing I think is going to be really a lot of fun is that the final program after the technical session is ended, we're going to have that evening party. And historically, it's kind of been priced that we didn't get a lot of turnout, but this year we dropped the price significantly, and it's only going to be $25. And we're going to have food, drinks, and entertainment. And then another thing, to get a lot of activity on the exhibitor floors, we're going to have a free delegate lunch on Wednesday on that exhibit floor. And then Monday and Tuesday in the afternoon, we're going to have tasty treats. So there's something for everyone to come out and take a break. Of course, one of the main attractions is the oral sessions, but we also have a lot of great exhibitors coming out, and we want them to have a good crowd. And I think by having these activities on the floor, it will give the everyday delegate the opportunity to see some really amazing technology that our exhibitors will be showing at the convention.
That sounds like a great addition this year to keep the activity going in many different areas. As someone who has been to the SEG for several years, what tips would you share for someone to get the most out of their time at the SEG?
I think every delegate should take the opportunity to visit a exhibitor on the floor and find out something that they're not familiar with. So if typically you're involved with data acquisition, that you spend some time maybe looking at someone's software for interpretation, or look at some type of modeling. But I think it's a great opportunity to expose yourself to lots of different technologies rather than something that you're already familiar with. So I guess I would I would encourage everyone to visit an exhibitor every day and learn something that, or become familiar with something that you weren't familiar with before you attended the convention.
One of the great benefits of the exhibition, when you have so many people on the floor, it brings such a wide range of interest and skills you can learn and know more about. We're going to be right on the Riverwalk in San Antonio, pretty close to the historic United States landmark, the Alamo. Any activities downtown you would like to highlight for the upcoming future Texan visitors?
Well, I mean, we have some really good world-class dining, and we also have the riverboats. If you're familiar with the San Antonio area, there's riverboats that go up and down, and in the morning, they will be running from the SEG hotels down to the convention center. So that's one neat thing. We also are going to have a golf tournament on Saturday. Historically, we had that golf tournament on Sunday, but it made it very difficult for both the delegates and exhibitors to get back to the floor before the opening happy hour and convention on Sunday there. The golfing is going to be a real neat opportunity. There's lots of cultural things to visit, in addition, of course, to the Alamo. But there's a lot of things to do there in the city that it's all walkable. In fact, they've even extended some of the underground or along the river walkways now from where we were several years ago, last time that the SEG was in San Antonio.
Excellent. What are you most excited about this year?
Well, I guess the bag system, the bag program. The sessions are, Bill Abrams has done a real good job of putting together a good set of topics. I was involved in the first session, which is getting going in unconventional plays, and we have some really interesting speakers. We have speakers from large and small oil companies. We have someone from regulatory, and also someone from Drilling Info who is able to apply a lot of the technologies that help us do a better job in the unconventional play. So that's just one of the 6 different sessions that we're going to be covering. So I guess I'm kind of excited about the bags, but I'm also real excited about the exhibitor floor. We have a fantastic number of people. We're certainly going to be much larger than it was last year in Anaheim. But I would say those are 2 of the things that I'm most excited about. But of course, again, another thing are all these wonderful oral presentations that we're going to have available.
People will be able to learn all week. Are there any parting wisdom as attendees meet us in San Antonio that you would like to leave?
Take advantage of this wonderful opportunity of learning about new hot technologies, things like the machine learning and data analytics, and we're continuing doing the full waveform inversion. So I guess I just encourage everyone to utilize their time wisely, and just get out there and learn a lot in those 3 days. And then we're going to have the continuing education courses on Thursday, and then a half day on Friday. So again, we're trying to pack a lot of things in here in less than a week, but it's going to be a great opportunity to learn.
Well, as attendees are coming from all over the world, it's a great way to make the most out of their travel time and taking time off of work. So thank you, Glenn, for sharing a little bit about what is happening at the SEG this year, and we look forward to seeing you in San Antonio.
All right, well, it's going to be a hot time, so we'll see you all soon.
To close out the show, we speak with the new SEG Executive Director, John Koehr. So John, thank you for joining the SEG podcast. We're excited to have you on and introduce you to the members and the constituents of the SEG. So if you could just briefly let them know, introduce yourself to them, and tell us a little bit about where you come from and what you're excited about here at the SEG.
Yeah, well, thanks, Andrew. And, really happy and honored to be in this role here that I've had for just about 3 months now. So a little about myself, naturally, I just started in June as the new executive director. I consider myself association executive, a project manager, and an engineer. And I've really spent in my 30 plus years career, it's all been multidiscipline science and engineering type fields. And about half of that in engineering areas like service at the American Society of Mechanical Engineers was the most recent association. Prior to that, I managed major projects in submarine telecom cable industry, served as a project manager and engineer in the commercial nuclear power industry, and started my career as a U.S. Navy nuclear submarine officer. So graduated from the Naval Academy, and my degree is in aerospace engineering. So it's a little bit about me. From a personal standpoint, I do have geophysics in my DNA. My father's a geophysicist, St. Louis University grad in geology, and had a long and distinguished career as a geophysicist in the Navy, doing meteorology and oceanography. So that's in my background as well.
So 90 days into the job, what have been some of your observations so far? You've already attended a couple events with the SEG and, hitting the ground running for sure.
Well, yes, indeed. I've been very, very impressed with the organization in general. I've had a chance to spend a lot of time with the staff here, and of course the volunteer leadership. So real pleased with that. I really was drawn to the position by my own background and passion for science and engineering, and it certainly hasn't been disappointing. I'm even more excited about that. The purpose of the organization to really promote and disseminate knowledge. This opportunity that I've already had to engage with diverse international subject matter experts that are really taking on some technical challenges in important fields. Collaboration with stakeholder organizations and other partner organizations. But I think that the chance in the role, kind of longer term, to influence the strategic direction, and address some more of these important technology challenges we're facing, and really make meaningful contributions to the profession, and to our organization are things I'm looking forward to. So I, again, remain very, very excited and for the future here of SEG and geophysics.
So pivoting to San Antonio and the upcoming annual meeting, this will be your first time attending the SEG, obviously. What are you most looking forward to? What are you most excited about as you set south in about a month?
Yeah, well, this is my first one, so I think I have a general excitement about that, to attend SEG's annual meeting. This is the big event of the year, our largest operated event. And the magnitude of it is very impressive. I mean, we're expecting somewhere in the neighborhood of 5,000 attendees, 200 exhibitors, lots of technical sessions, over 150, maybe more than 1,000 technical presentations, poster sessions running all day at the exhibit hall. 6 of these bag sessions, which is Business of Applied Geophysics, presented in plenary formats. And then some of the things I'm looking forward to, obviously the social receptions that are happening. It starts off Sunday night with the icebreaker on the exhibit hall. So really looking forward to meeting a bunch of members there. There'll be SEG has their SEG Avenue set up. So that'll be a good place for members to meet me and the president, Rob Stewart, and Rick Miller will also plan to be there for the meet and greet on Sunday evening.
And the presidential jam will be happening this year, so I'm sure you will be there and cutting it up on the dance floor.
Really looking forward to that. I understand the current president, Rob Stewart's even planning on participating. He's a musician, so looking forward to that and encourage everyone to come out for that.
Is there anything, as you've learned about the annual meeting, you've been in these professional societies for 3 decades, is something has stood out to you in what the SEG does that you would just want to remind the members that maybe they take for granted that is a unique aspect of what we do here?
Yeah, well, I think this is, having this large of a gathering of membership is not common. So this is something that is very impressive. I think having this focus on, the geophysics, applied geophysics profession itself is something that's very unique. But having this mix of, a large exhibit floor with, industry participation and the technology side with over 1,000 technical presentations is a little bit unique as well. Typically, those would be different audiences, and SEG's managed to bring it all together, which is great. So really one-stop shopping, You get your technical and your business aspects of applied geophysics all in one place. And I think that is unique and perhaps something folks take for granted.
Is there any final words you would like to share with our listeners?
Well, again, I'm looking forward to meeting as many members as I can during our time in San Antonio. I hope everybody enjoys the venue. I certainly intend to take advantage of the river walk and the other locations that are there, and meet all the constituents. Our students are going to be there. Early career professionals will be there. Lots of different programs. Encourage all the members to pay attention, not only enjoy and learn from the technical sessions and the education sessions, but look at there's several opportunities for volunteering to really make an impact in the things SEG does as it advances the science, or even some of our humanitarian efforts like Geoscientists Without Borders. So encourage everybody to take advantage of those opportunities as well. But again, looking forward to meeting everybody in San Antonio.
Well, we look forward to having you down there as well. I'm sure the members are excited, and we look forward to meeting and greeting you down there.
Yeah, thanks very much, Andrew. And, I would like to commend our, this year's chair, Glenn Winters, and the work of his steering committee that they've done. The program, the technical program committee as well, everything really seems to be coming together, and it's going to be a great, great event.
There are too many amazing events to feature in this episode, and I encourage you to visit seg.org/am to go over the full schedule and plan your week. You can also download the SEG Events app at the Google Play Store or App Store to get all the latest updates. Search SEG Events to download the app now. Original music by Zach Bridges. This episode was hosted, edited, and produced by me, Andrew Gary. Special thanks to Rihanna Collier and Ginny Cole at the SEG. Thank you for listening. This is Seismic Sound Off. See you in San Antonio.